Hey guys, my name's Sam. Welcome to PrepMedic. Today we're reviewing the largest offering from PAX Bag. This is the PAX Koup. So like I said, the PAX Koup is the largest bag they offer. Now, the full name of this pack is something like the Wasserkoup. I might be saying that wrong. It's a German company, and they are very popular overseas, but are just starting to get a footprint in the US. Now, this bag is specifically made for EMS providers. This is not really like an everyday carry bag or like a bag you'd throw in the back of your car as a first aid kit. It is simply too large. Now, this bag right here has a number of different pockets. We're going to go through each one by one. On the outside, we have this rubbery material. Now, they have proprietary names for all of their material here, but the long and short of it is this is a rip-resistant fabric that is very, very easy to disinfect. Now, PAX Bags puts a high-vis color on pretty much everything they make, so you can get yellow, blue, or red, and it comes looking very similar. Now, on some of their other bags, they have the ability to customize and throw like unit names and screen print it directly on the bag. I'm unsure if that's a capability they have with this one right here. All of these zippers are very heavy-duty YKK zippers, and while the fabric here is water resistant, these zippers are not. If it gets wet, it is going to get damp on the inside. That being said, it would take a torrential downpour to actually do anything to your contents on the inside. On the front here, we have two pockets, which we're going to go through in a second. On this side, we have these two small ones. We have backpack straps on the back. Now, what's interesting about these backpack straps is I can actually unclip these right here, and I can shove them down into this half pocket. I can take these and I can put them and stow them in the same way, and this can become kind of a flat pack. You know, not every agency is going to want to carry their packs on their back and might just want it slick so it's not catching on anything. They have a place to put a chest strap. I'm unsure if that comes with this pack or not. And then, of course, you do have some high-vis reflective stripes in the front right there. Now, on this side, you have a really long pocket, and on the bottom, you have all of these kind of feet. Now, this is indicative of some of their older styles. Their newer style bags that are coming out have bigger feet that are actually replaceable. If you have to, you can just pull them off if they get a little worn down and put a new one on. That being said, there's enough of these and they're spaced evenly enough where I don't really think wear and tear is going to be a huge problem for majority of services. Now, you do have two heavy duty handles right here, and I have no doubt these are going to stay in place for a long period of time. After the last video I did featuring PAX products, I had a lot of European EMS providers come out and say like, hey, we have PAX products, we absolutely love them. We have some of the original ones they ever came out with, and they're still going strong. So these are heavy duty backpacks for sure. So let's start going through some of the pockets. First and foremost, you have these two small ones on the side. Now, in my service, we have some small pockets on the side, and we usually keep things like our glucometer in there, or like really, really commonly given medications, you know, maybe a 500 ml IV bag or something like that. Now, there is no internal organization in these, so this is going to be kind of just a stuff pocket for whatever you want to throw in. Same thing with this pocket right here. It opens pretty well, and it's just a blank pocket you can throw whatever you need quick access to on the outside of the pack, something you're going to be getting into a lot. Now, on this side, we have this really long pocket. Now, this guy right here has a little bit of organization capabilities in it. It's got some Velcro there, and they have a lot of different attachments, you name it, that you can throw in depending on what your needs are. That being said, this is predominantly a blank pocket. A lot of different packs have like bungee pockets on the inside. This is kind of a blank slate for you to create whatever you want. Now, on the top of the pack right here, we have these two main pockets, but hidden beneath that, we have this really, really long pocket right here. Now, they say this is for your cervical collars. You can throw like a couple collars in there if you're using cervical collars. If not, I suppose you could throw like documentation or something on this side. Now, these two pockets on the front are pretty oversized, and kind of like these pockets on the side, these are more designed to be opened like this, although the main pocket isn't. So right in here in this top pocket, open this up. We have two stays. So if you're opening this standing up, this would kind of create a working platform for you. It's not going to dump everything to the floor, and you have a bunch of different options for bungee loops, or different bags. Now you can get inserts, which I'll show you when we get farther into the bag, that you could put in here if you want very separate packs, or you could throw in specific things in these bungee pockets. These bungee pockets are not movable. You can remove these straps if you want it to just fall open, but this is the only kind of set organization you have in the pack. And you have the same thing on the top. Now, a lot's gonna fit in here. You could throw like intubation stuff up here. You could throw IV things, kind of world's your oyster. And then in here, you have these two Velcro swaths that you can put some of their connecting bags in. Once again, I will show you what those look like when we get into the main pocket of the pack. Now down here, we have another relatively large pocket. Now I've thrown one of their inserts in here. This is one of their ampule inserts. It's meant for medication storage, and it has the Velcro on the back you could throw on here. As we open this guy up, now these are not sold with the pack. You have to buy them separately. Honestly though, the price of these kits that go in these packs to organize them is relatively cheap considering the cost of the bag itself. So in here, we've got a bunch of different compartments that come out. Now we have these kind of loop bungee organizers here. This is just one style. They have some clips you can customize. They've got a lot of different ways of throwing medications in, but in general, this is meant to hold ampules and vials, and I think it will do that very, very well. The size of these is pretty customizable, so you can take this guy right here and just resize it as needed if you need them to be a little bit tighter, or if you need them to be a little bit looser once it's fully loaded out. And you have the same thing down here. Now, on the bottom, this last one on both sides, these are a little bit bigger. So if you have, bigger boxed meds, or, you have like just a bigger vial in general, this is going to hold them a little bit easier and space them out just a bit more. So really cool organization on the inside. Now you have this attachment right here, and this is totally removable and customizable depending on what you need. So I can just take this, I can slide this out, and the center point can come right out. I can also throw it on this side if I wanted to open it more like pages in a book, and you can get different attachments for the inside depending on what you need. This guy right here just has a space for like boxed meds or some larger supplies. There's a zipper right in here that you can kind of dive into, and really you can use your imagination for whatever you would need this for. Obviously no two services run the same way, so you can kind of figure it out as you go, and then you have these set elastic loops on it. Now this fits very nicely in this lower pocket, but you could easily fit this whole pack on the inside of the backpack as well. Now they do make like different sizes of pretty much everything. So this is slightly different fabric, but very similar concept. This is also for your medications. And opens up. So it's really whatever you need. Their reps are pretty good about getting different samples out to you, so you can load them up, see what works, organize the pack, and then only buy what you need. So you're not taking really risks buying things online, depending on what you need. So this pocket right here is pretty big. You got some really big elastic loops, so you could put some stuff in there. You've got the same Velcro strips right here. You can Velcro something on the inside of the pack, and then the lid has the elastic loops as well. And this pocket is fairly deep. I'd say 3 to 4 inches deep right there. So let's get into the main pocket of the pack and show you some of these organizers I was talking about before. Now, the pack I reviewed earlier is their magnetic system. You can get this pack with the magnets. This is more of their standard system. So it's a little bit lighter weight, but it does have the potential to wear out or not stick as well. And, I do like the magnetic version, but to be totally honest, we use Velcro kits at my work, and I've never had an issue with them. I just think the magnets are kind of slick. So in here we have some of their organizational pouches. These are pretty simple, and granted they're crumpled down because I don't have anything in them, but they've got the window on the front. You can put a label in it with the supplies, or you can leave it blank and just kind of see what's inside of it. You've got different sizes. So you've got these 2 sizes, and you've got the bigger ones down here. Same concept. Very, very simple, easy to open, and you can kind of decide what goes in each of these pouches. Now, the back of these has these 2 Velcro strips, and they line up with the hook strips on the inside. I will say they line up. I would like to see just kind of more Velcro on the back. I'm guessing the reason they didn't include it through the entire kit is because they're harder to disinfect. So they want to limit the amount of fabric that's in there if you get, blood or guts on the inside of this pack. And it will also add some weight. So I like a little bit more Velcro just to make sure things are sticking and not falling out. That being said, I haven't had any issues with anything falling out of this kit. Now you can buy these in a couple different variations, and I'll be honest, they are really, really cheap. So it's pretty easy to get a variety and see what works. And once again, they're pretty good with the demos. So this main pocket is super deep. You've got this pocket here that just has some of the filling on the inside. You don't really need to access it. There's not even a pull tab on it, if you can see it in there. And you have these side pockets that have Velcro closures. You can throw kind of whatever you think you need on the side of the pack. And then on this side, you have this Velcro strip. Now this is totally resizable. You can even pull it totally out if you want to. It just has this Velcro closure on the inside, and you can throw different supplies on the side of the pack for organization. Again, you have these panels on the side. You can take out the rigidity inserts in these if you want to run it a different way. Now I have another insert on here, and what's cool about the depth of this pack is that you can actually have 2 layers of the bag. So if you want to have one of these bags in the lid, one of these bags down here, it'll fit. So you can put a ton in this first compartment here. But instead of doing that, I've included one of their center panels. Now this is their like IV intubation center panel right here. And this guy is just a big piece that sticks right on the front. It's got the Velcro on the back, and then you have 4 buttons, 1, 2, 3, 4. I had a really hard time sticking this to the lid of the pack, like not by the Velcro, but with the buttons. Once you do it once, it's fine, it'll stay. But if you had to like take this out a ton, it would not be a good time. So let me get this out of the way for a second to show you this insert. You can get these inserts that do a number of different things. It's a little bit bigger than I'm used to having. I'm used to having much more compartmentalized like modules, but this thing is massive. And once again, use your imagination for how you'd fill it out. You've got some smaller elastic loops here that get a little bit bigger, and then you've got all of these elastic loops coming down depending on what you want. Even have a little strap like there you could put around it. If you open this panel up, you get even more storage. Open up there. All right, so in here, in this lid, I'd assume this is for a lot of your intubation stuff right here, but you've got a lot of different places to latch things, put things under stuff. You can clip things however they're going to fit. They'll fit in here, and they can help you kind of figure out how to organize these for your needs. Down here, got a place for what I assume would be your laryngoscope blades, and that all folds up. Now on this side, we have these really long pass-through pockets. You can access it from either side, so really, really easy to get out, and then one elastic loop at the top. And once again, that fits in the lid of this, or it fits on the bottom side, and you can still run the bags on the opposite side of it, so it's not taking up a ton of room. Now on the top here, you just have these Velcro strips, which for the third time, you can throw the bags on. It's going to stick pretty well. All in all, I think it's a cool kit. I've actually been kind of pushing to trial one of these because it just holds things very, very efficiently, and there's a lot of room for customization and modular components, which is really the hallmark of kind of modern EMS bags. Now, the longer I go in my career, I used to really like, the black subdued colors in EMS, but having been almost hit by several vehicles in my career, I'm really coming around to some of the high-vis things. I know people are going to fight me about that in the comments. But all in all, I like the bag. I like the company. I haven't gotten my hands on anything that I've looked at and said, oh, no, I don't think so. But I think this will work for a variety of different agencies' needs. So if you have any questions about this pack or the inserts, leave them in the comments down below. I should mention I am not sponsored by them or anything. I get no money for this, and I'm actually sending this pack back. So this is totally unbiased. With all of that being said, I will see you next week.